in India, freedom of expression is available to every citizen of the country. There is no special privilege for the press. The freedom of press that you and I enjoy, Niranjan, is dovetailed into Article 19(1)(a), which is available as a fundamental right to everyone.
Yeah.
But what we are seeing panning out, be it the manner in which the Hansa Group has been intimidated, the manner in which the Republic Media Network is being hounded, is an attempt at not just compromising yours and mine, Article 19(1)(a) freedom, but also right to life and liberty, both under Article 20 and Article 21. Kartikeya, you are in the United States. There, in fact, the freedom of press is protected, has a special protection with the First Amendment. How do you see the picture sitting from there, the manner in which a journalist, a known journalist, and India's biggest media network is being hounded?
You reminded me that evening, at least my evening, your early morning, we were debating and discussing, India-US relations and what happens if Joe Biden wins, what happens if Trump wins, and all of a sudden the coverage had to stop because there were visuals of police at Arnab's place. And I was shocked. I thought, okay, maybe this might just be a routine inquiry that the police will come, they'll ask him some questions and then go, and then we'll be back on the program. So I was near my laptop. And then I see Republic, and one after the other, there's messages that he's arrested. There's cops with AK-47 and other, weapons outside his place. Apparently, there was a cop that is used for encounters or some special operations.
Yes,
who was in
encounter
charge
cop,
of this.
encounter specialist.
I mean, from what angle is maybe Arnab Goswami is someone who does an encounter. He does an encounter of lies. He does an encounter of crooks in the government.
When was the last time a journalist was arrested in the United States?
Maybe that's why they needed cops with machine guns, because Arnab's voice is is equal to the machinery that they've deployed. But I think this is obviously the Mumbai police is a caged parrot and a caged puppet of Uddhav Thackeray's government. It is also a henchman. And unfortunately, I'm using the word with responsibility. It is a henchman of this government. If you don't like the channel, change it. If something bothers you, you write an article about it. I mean, Uddhav Thackeray has the platform of the Chief Minister's office. His government has that platform. Why don't they address the nation with facts? If they don't believe, or if they think that what Republic is saying is untrue, why don't they do that? What is this thin-skinned behavior? What is this insecurity, and where does it come from?
How much we're trolled,
that needs to be asked.
Kartikeya, how much Arnab is trolled day in, day out, every second.
Of course.
You think he cares? Imagine if we were that thin-skinned.
Yes, and Uddhav Thackeray could have just, ignored it, let it go, or whatever he feels, to use the Mumbai police and to reopen a case that was shut down 2 years ago. And I also read that they've arrested the police officer who had actually shut down the case. I mean, what kind of rule of law is this? What kind of message is the financial capital of India sending to the world that a case can be reopened at the drop of a hat with whims and fancies of the elected government, whims and using the police in such an intimidating way? And I have to say, I respect and salute, my respect and salute for Arnab has gone 1,000 times. Because when he was arrested, I thought he would be in a disastrous shape, but he was still fighting on his way into the van, being dragged into the van like a terrorist, like a dangerous criminal. And even while in the van, he was raising his hand and giving hope to millions of people who would be subject to this atrocious behavior of the government. And lastly, I just want to make this point. I hope this is not the handiwork of the Maharashtra government to essentially target outsiders, non-Maharashtrians, who are essentially raising a voice against the government. I hope that is not the case, but we see that in Kangana Ranaut, who's from Himachal. We see that in Arnab's case, who's from Assam originally. I hope that's not the case, and I hope this is not a return of the nasty politics that Maharashtra has seen. And also one last point. I am not that old that I was alive during emergency. I wasn't even born during emergency, and I was probably 4 or 5 years old when the Bofors case happened. What Major G.D. Bakshi and Sardarji referred to. but now that I see this, I've read about emergency, I have seen documentaries about emergency, but now when we see these visuals, I understand now what emergency was in the 70s and what that Rajiv Gandhi's rule was in the late 80s. I can understand it now. It sends a chill down my spine.